morning's kicking off early. Here we go, the Abbott's home. What do you reckon, Tyson? Hey, hey, what do you reckon? Did we have a good time? Does it smell of curry? Hey, hey, hey. No, they are lovely people. We have a good time. Egg McMuffin. Hello, mate. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
You done great. Can't believe you didn't get a ticket parked outside that all that time. Yeah, just goes to show you can push the boundaries, can't you?
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah, looking well. Well, it occurs to me that the time to fix all these track pads is now, because actually he's got all his fancy tools in the boot, all his Milwaukee ones. So I can whiz a few out. There's one there I can't get to, but I can get to that one. Let's have a look at the other side. You always shed a track pad or two when you do a job, but this I've got shedded a lot. I don't think we shed any on the last job. We're still replacing ones from the previous job. I can get to one. I can get to one on this side as well. There's not many to do. The tracks are actually in good order. It's only the pads have kind of corroded. There's the steel bits in the pad has corroded, and a good hard turn and it'll rip one out. Right, off we go. Closer. Basically what you've got is a track pad. These are lovely new ones, all greased. And what we used to do was when we were running a vehicle off-road, we would drop all the pads out. It's easier in the summer when they're dry. Grease everything and put them in bags of 25. And we've still got a few bags. And I've got a lot of 43 series with wonderful pads in. And I'm thinking of dumping it. Now that warm weather's come, this is the time to take them out. But basically, you just, using Ashley's tool, which is quite remarkable, I must admit, just take them out like, that's a stiff one. I'll have to go backwards and forwards a few times. They're not normally this tough. No, that is quite a toughie. There we go. And then, if you have to tap them out, it's worth putting a nut on, a sacrificial nut, just to give it a little bit of a tap. I'm going to leave the rubber gaiter bit in. To get the nut out, I have to do a little bit of that. And then drag that out, and then pop a new one in. Now you can get it the wrong way round, believe it or not, if they're second hand, because they kind of get twisted to a shape, and that rubber gaiter thing will go on there. So you want to get it round the right way, otherwise they don't do up very well. Yeah, that went in the right way. And then you just pop your nut and your spring washer. Don't forget your spring washer, otherwise it'll probably fly off. I remember once I was going up the road, and on the way back there was this old guy standing there holding a track pad, probably with his granddaughter next to him, and I thought, I wonder if it hit her in the head. Yeah, probably best I don't stop. But you never really know, do you? Thank you, Ashley. Oh, here he is. He's caught me. He's caught me.
Oh God, who let me use power tools?
That was a stiff one.
Laugh, haven't you? We've got a couple of Polish guys come here. They're supposed to be picking up this CET, which is a dead one, and the tracks would be half hanging over their vehicle, each side, and also they've got a 5-ton winch, 5 ton. Now, a 5-ton wheel will pull maybe, oh, I don't know, but it's a steep low load of ramps as well. So pulling this old girl on with a 5-ton run, just a joke. It ain't gonna work. Now, this is several times they've arrived, and several times they've got it wrong, and many times they've made promises when they come in and they've let us down. Today they're only 4 hours late. I'm impressed with that. Well, it was supposed to be morning, then it was going to be lunchtime, and it's going to be mid-afternoon. And we'll have to see how it goes. But I can't see them Plus, there's not really much to tow it from this end. I did have my Cat Challenger and I could push it on with that with an A-frame, but that's away for servicing because you can't drive it in the summer for long without the air conditioning working. And I'm not being an old softy, it would kill you. So one way or another, I think these old boys are snookered. Best I just go and get on with work, let them scratch their ears and their head for a long time, and then say they can't do it, rather than me chat with them for hours and decide we can't do it. Because it ain't going to be safe getting it on, and if it does go, I'd be surprised if they've got anything more than ratchet straps to hold it down. And it's a bit scary, really, isn't it? Yeah, scary. We thought long and hard, and I hate being beaten, but the ramps are little skinny ones, and you put two on at a time next to each other. So that means we'd have one ramp here, one ramp there, and then you'd have one ramp there. And the problem is, the track will be coming out to here. So that means only this ramp's doing any good. And this, it will tip. It will tip as we start to go up. And when it starts to tip, anything can happen. Yeah, it's just too dangerous. This is 2.55, and that thing's about a foot wider than this. This vehicle needs what you call greedy boards, or outriggers, that come out about that far, and you strap them on the side, then you lay planks in. And then you have special ramps that hydraulically come down, and then you go, and they come out to take up the greasy boards. You need a decent, a top class heavy low loader to take a CET because of its width. If it was running, life would be easier, but it ain't running. And to push that up, it's going to be very tricky. Snatch block on the front from an angle, pulling one way, pulling the other way, ease it up bit by bit. It is possible, but that's the bit that crabs it, and the fact that those little ramps are, you put two on at a time, and if they were locked together, but they've made it so they're lighter. Kind of a good idea, but it won't work. Then you'd have to run your winch cable through some of these, so as you could pull at a bit of an angle. It's just not the tool for the job. And then when we got one on here, they were hoping we could then back the two lorries bum to bum and push it off one low loader onto the other. But you've got to remember that the tracks are sticking out that much on each one. And to push it the length of the vehicle, both vehicles, with no steering, is, you're asking a lot. You're asking an awful lot. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. And if it does, I've got it sideways in my yard. Well, I'm back in the Abbott because we've got a new dashboard. Oh, look at that! All the gauges are working, including the dimmer, which I love, but I want to check the speedo, and the only way you can do that really is to move it. And even then it ain't great because I can hardly do 20 mile an hour in the yard. Anyway, we'll have a go. Fingers crossed. Right, snap off the tillers, forward gears. It doesn't move. I don't think it did. That's a shame. That's a real shame because he's done a lovely job fitting it in. He could have put that earth in somewhere. I don't think that worked. Which could mean drive cable from the final drive. All I can do is take it along the road fast, which I suppose I could do now while the gate's open. Yeah! Let's get Dan up in the turret. There's no time bar the present. So we'll get Dan in the turret if he can get up there. We're just sitting on the barrel and I'll wax him up the road. I don't think he's ever been on an Abbott before. You realise that they are ultimate pulling machine. Would anyone like to see my hair? What do you think of that then? A beautiful young lady cut my hair today, and
Yeah, looking alright, and she trimmed my eyebrows. And then she said, would you like a bad sack of crack? And I said, fuck off.